This will probably be the first time a speaker has ever asked you to do this. I need everybody's attention. I need every single person to take out their cell phone. Most speakers are like, put your damn cell phone away so that you're not tweeting and checking Facebook. And I need everybody to take their cell phone out because I'm going to need your help in just a second. Okay, everybody got their phone? So real quick, like they said, like he introduced me, I am from a firm called Amarsis. We are a B2C marketing platform. So unlike the previous speaker who talked a lot about their own implementation of B2B marketing, we certainly do B2B marketing. I learned a lot from Cindy, so thank you. But we're a B2C marketing company. So what I'm going to share with you today is a little bit about where I think this is going. But before I do that, let me give you a little bit of my perspective. So first and foremost, I'm an engineer by training. So I have a very technical, analytical point of view of marketing, right? I mean, I jokingly say, if you ask me the alphabet, I don't sing the ABCs, I see 26 letters, right? My whole world is basically broken down into steps and process. The second thing that I would share with you, the story I'm going to share with you today comes from a global perspective. So Amarsis has about 600 team members around the globe, from Sydney, Australia to Shanghai to Beijing to Berlin to London to the US. And then the third thing that I would tell you is I'm a marketing technologist because I love it, right? I mean, everybody who's in this room, I believe is in somehow in shape, form, fashion involved in marketing technology. And what I would say is it's a really, really lot of fun to be in this business that we're all in, right? I mean, I think Cindy just scared all of us that we're not, she showed us the $50 million number. Everybody in the room's thinking I suck. So, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate, yeah, yes, exactly. We're all cleaning up our resumes, right? It's like, so this is the perspective that I bring for you guys today. So here's the challenge that this session is supposed to talk about. We're all marketers, and we're supposed to find, right, the right target, the right mix, the right channel, the right time. You know, this is what's funny to me. When I go meet with a marketer, whether it's B2B or B2C, I never have been in a meeting where somebody said, here's our strategy. We're going to send less personalized messages. No one says that, right? So what I find fascinating about personalization is I haven't been in a meeting where a marketer said, hey, Alan, here's our strategy. We're going to send shittier messages to more people. No one says that, right? So what I find fascinating about this is that if that's the goal, why is it so hard, okay? And I'll tell you why I think it's so hard. Two things I'll share with you. So the first thing is the left-hand picture, Mr. Anonymous, right? As all of us have become more digital, and as the father of two little girls, a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old, so congratulations on your second one coming. It's like God's little joke to me, right? So as somebody who's got a 12-year-old now, she's going to grow up in this digital world, right? I mean, freaking digital everything. Everything from, she thinks that it's just totally normal to watch TV on Netflix, totally normal to be on a browser, totally normal to do her home schoolwork on a computer, totally normal to interact with her friends on social apps. But what's happened is because we are so dispersed in how we interact and where we are, it's become actually impossible for a marketer to know exactly who you are, where you are, what channel, how you're interacting with them. So then the right-hand side is the marketer, everybody that's in this room. Every single person in this room has sat in front of a piece of software and put their hands on their face like this, right? And felt exactly like this. And what's our answer to this is what I call Wednesday email day. Okay, so our answer is, this is what I love. I swear to God, if one person asks me what the right day is to send an email, I'm going to kill somebody, right? Like, y'all are going to get me arrested, and in California, I think you get, like, life for that, right? Seriously. So here's the answer. When's the best time to send an email? Wednesday. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Wednesday where? It's Thursday in Australia, right? So, I mean, I'm serious. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But so what we do is, because this is so hard, in all sincerity, we oversimplify it. That's our only choice. So let's take a look at a live example. So this session is about sending the right message through multi-channel and omni-channel and picking it. So this is simple. You and I own an e-commerce store. We have some customers, they haven't come back in 6 months. Simple. We're like, great, do a win-back campaign. Again, I've never been, a CMO, never been with a marketer who's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a run-off campaign. Everybody wants to run a win-back campaign. Who the hell doesn't want to do that? Everybody wants to do that. So what we do is we basically go, okay, I got to send this. So somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, Alan, go execute a win-back campaign. Great. I got to figure out who to send it to, who have I lost, who do I got to win back. I got to send what to send to them. I got to figure out when to send it to them, and I got to send what to send to them, right? So here's what I do. I launched this beautiful thing, okay? So every marketer in this room went to whatever fancy-ass school you went to, and your mission in life was to be set in front of a piece of software where you build automation centers and journey builders, right? I know if that was your goal in life, please raise your hand. Okay? Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to do it. And I've built my career selling software like this, right? And so here's what we do. We sit down, and the person, and I'm not trying to be funny, probably just graduated from college. They're now the marketing coordinator, or if they're really smart, the digital marketing coordinator, right? And then we sit them in front of a piece of software, and they basically guess. They go and build a segment. Give me everybody that hasn't come to the website in the last 6 months. And they drag that onto the dashboard. Then they're like, okay, I'm going to email them first because it's Wednesday. I got to email them. So I drag an email onto the canvas. And then I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? Watch this. I'm going to blow your mind. If they don't open it, 7 days later, I'm going to spam them again. So I drag another email onto the thing. And so Brad, our digital marketing coordinator, is like building this freaking journey, right? And the CMO or the CEO or somebody sitting somewhere, and they're like, man, we're about to slay it because we're executing our win-back campaign. So the question I have for everybody in this room is a simple question. It's a serious question. Does human-driven personalization scale? Can we hire enough Brads, build enough journeys, build enough automation centers, build enough Eloqua, can we build enough journeys so that human automation scales? Okay, so let's do a quick lesson on AI. I'm going to explain, as an engineer, every artificial intelligence and machine learning to every single person in this room. Okay, y'all ready? All right, did you pull out your phone? Okay, pick up your phone. Will you show it to me? Okay, so I can look at her phone and see that it has a yellow case on it. Will you hold it up? You got to participate. Will you hold up yours? Okay, hold it up. I can see these two phones. I can see this iPhone, right? The question is, can I see this iPhone and can I tell what operating system when the last time she updated it was? Okay, so just think about it. Everybody follow me for a second. A human can distinguish between her cover and her cover, two things. Now, everybody in the room, hold up your phone. Okay, it would be, nobody gets to go home today because it is going to take me 10 freaking hours to go through all the different variations of all these phones and to build the simple thing that machine learning and artificial intelligence uses, pattern recognition. Okay? You don't have to go do any math. Nobody go do that. But you get to go back to your office and blow your manager's mind and be like, yo, this big, tall dude from Atlanta taught me about pattern recognition, right? But I'm being serious. So here's the problem, and here's the good news, is that with AI and machine learning, the machine can recognize patterns in data at scale, on the fly, in real time, faster than any human ever could. So my argument is that it's impossible. The second thing that I want you to know about machine learning and AI is that every single person in this room interacts with it every day. This is not some futuristic freaking Jetson, Will Smith movie version, right? This is every single person in this room who's ever used Google Maps, gone to Google. Okay, listen, if you have never done this, you have to get up and leave. If you've never gone to Google and on the hard words you can't spell, started half-ass typing it in so that Google would correct the spelling, if you've never done that, get up and leave right now because you're smarter than the rest of us. That is machine learning and AI. We all interact with it every day. This is not some futuristic, kooky thing that doesn't exist. So let me give you a live example. Let's take this same journey and let's talk about what the role of the marketer should be, which is strategy, content, creative. The machine can't do that. Cindy, you do that better than anybody, right? You're going to be good at that, right? But your ability to recognize the pattern on all those phones at scale it's not going to happen. So what are you going to do? You're going to simplify it and freaking spam everybody on Wednesday, right? So what is the machine good at? The machine's good at deciding which channel. The machine knows at scale in real time the last time you bought something, which channel. The machine is really good about knowing when to send it, right? The machine knows the last time you've been to the website. Do you come in the morning? Do you come at night? The machine is really, really good at incentives. It knows, do I need to give you 5% Diet Coke drinker? Do I need to give you 5%, 10%, or 20%? The machine knows that because it knows your lifetime value, it knows your recency, it knows your frequency, it knows the last time that you bought something, it knows what you bought, knows what else you looked at on the website. It's kind of creepy, right? But the machine knows all this information. And here's the one that I love that Brad does. The 50% split, the A-B split test. I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to do an A-B split test. A-B split test what? I'm going to take half of the people and put them over here, and half of the people and put them over here. And in this one, I'm going to write a subject line, and in this one, I'm going to write a subject line. And whichever one performs better, I'm going to send the rest to all. I have news for everybody in this room. That is not an A-B split test. Right? I still picked the people that were in the 50%, and I picked the people that were in the other 50%, and all I had to do was pick bad. And guess what? The A won. Promotion. Right? But the machine can A-B split test things, the subject line, the image, the everything, the channel, the time, everything in real time at scale. Okay? So this is what the journey should look like if it was in partnership with a machine. So this is all we have to do. Okay? Everybody write this formula down. This is a secret. Do not tell your manager, but everybody write this formula down. So this is all I need you to do. I need you to take all this data that you have on the left-hand side and all this data that Cindy has in her big DMP thing that she spent $1 million on, right? That's all I need you to do. And then all I need you to do is go run this regression analysis to calculate the probability of which one somebody's going to run on. Okay, cool. And then all I need you to do is then after you do this math, I need you to run this expected profit increase optimization formula. Then after you do that, send an email on Wednesday. Right? So here's the problem. Here's my issue as an engineer and as a marketing person. Everybody's talking about AI. Everybody's talking about machine learning. But I'm actually going to get some t-shirts printed up. I'm going to get t-shirts printed up that say hype-free AI. Right? Because most of what everybody's talking about is absolute BS. Because it's this math. Right? No marketer, actually no human can do this at scale. This is almost as stupid as Brad's journey builder and send an email on Wednesday. Actually, this might be stupider. Okay? So here's the question. If we revolutionize the role of the marketer and we moved from journeys and automation centers to an artificial intelligence tuning system where all the marketer had to do was change their role from building segments and doing campaigns to telling the system what he was trying to do. What if you had sliders? What if you could go into a piece of software and say, hey, I want more revenue and I'm willing to take less profit. I want more profit, I'm willing to take less revenue. I want to test 50% of my database, not 100%. What if all you had to do was tell the system, have this partnership with the machine, where the human was doing what it's really, really good at, which is strategy, creative, and content, and the machine was driving all the segmentations and the offers. It sounds futuristic, right? So what if somebody built a system that took this left-hand math and simply turned it into a product called AIM, Artificial Intelligence Marketing, where all you had to do as the marketer is load the images. In this case, in this use case, remember what I tried to teach y'all, we're winning back the customer. So I've lost this customer, I need to go give them a discount. I need to go prompt them to buy something from me. So as a marketer, what I did was I wrote the content, I designed the email, I created the offers, no offer, 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%. Okay? And then I loaded it into the machine and I let the machine use all of its data to decide what we're all in this room searching for, who to send it to, when to send it, what to send, how to send it, which channel. The machine decided all that. What do y'all think happened when the human and the machine partnered? 50% increase in margin, right? That's a real use case. Why? Because here's what normally happens when Brad's going out tonight, by the way. So he's got to go home. He's got to freaking hurry up, right? It's 4:30, it's Wednesday, it's email day. He's got a date tonight, he's freaking got to go, right? Here's what Brad did. Brad was like, here's what he did. He used his vast amount of experience. He's been out of school for like 7 months. He used his vast amount of retail experience and he went and ran this probability calculation and he went 25% and offered everybody 25%. And Cindy was just about to buy it in the morning. Alan wasn't going to buy it even if you offered me 25%. You're going to have to offer me 50%. But what if the machine gave a bunch of people no discount, some of the people 5 discount, some of the people 10, some of the people 50, right? On the fly, in real time at scale, this is what happened. The actual margin of that particular live campaign, had I given you 25% off or let the machine decide, the margin went up 50%, okay, because of this partnership. So here's some lessons and takeaway for everybody that's in this room. Number one, I know Cindy said it, I think I'll say the same thing. Data is the most valuable asset that anybody in this room has. Here's why. If you take crap data, right, and you put it into AI and machine learning, it doesn't come out tasting like Taster's Choice. That's not what happens. You put in crap, crap comes out, right? Data is the single most valuable asset that you have. The second thing is I truly believe, this is not just a sales pitch, I truly believe that machines will finally deliver on this promise of marketing. What's the promise been? Ever since the internet, right? The promise was that my groceries are going to get delivered at home, I was going to get to have a .com, and all of my interactions were going to be personalized. That was the promise, which has been absolute crap. What I got instead was Brad spamming me on Wednesday, right? So I actually believe this marriage of the human and the machine is going to deliver on this promise. The other thing I would say is machine learning AI is not scary at all. You guys are interacting with it all day long, all the time, right? And so what I would say is this revolution of AI is going to come from this. Does anybody in this room know where the electricity came from that's turning the lights on? I'm serious. I'm not trying to be. Raise your hand. Quit heckling me. Put your hand down. I'm messing with you, man. Here's the thing. When you walk into a room, you just flip the light switch on. I think AI will actually become real when you actually don't even see it, right? All you do is go into the software and you tell the machine what you want it to accomplish and it goes and does it. Now, here's what happens when the light switch doesn't work, we all freak out and you start flipping it like this, right? Or God forbid the phone doesn't work. I've actually been in a conference room where there was no signal and the person picked the phone up and turned it upside down and looked at it, right? Because it's just like, what in the hell? How's the phone not work? Right? So we'll get to a place where AI and machine learning is invisible. You don't even see it. You just flip the light switch on. And then lastly, everybody in this room should be excited about this because I think we're going to live in a world where all of our intellect and brains and strategic power truly is spent on content, strategy, and creative, not all this mundane dragging and dropping crap, right? And I think what that's going to look like is the machine and the human married together is going to be like 1 + 1 = 3. Right? It's going to make us better. It's not about replacing anything. It's just about that the machine can do things at scale that we can't do. Sound good?